Today we design this poster. Let's start. Use this image as a background. Hide this man by using Content Aware tool. Use a clone tool to match the layers. Let's move it into a new document of size 1920 by 1080. Let's create this document. Move this document into a new document, press Ctrl T and adjust the size. Then adjust the colors of this background by using color balance, hue saturation and curves. Then hue and saturation. Always remember these three layers: color balance, hue saturation and curves. Never forget that. Let's add one more image with the PUBG scene. Let's adjust the colors by using color balance, hue saturation and curves. Do some masking, and hide some areas. I like the houses so much, so I place this image here. I also like the sky of background. Again, adjust some colors to match both the layers. Oh sorry, I forgot the most important step. Ctrl S, save this project, because what we do if the Photoshop get crashed? Add these houses in this image and try to match the colors with background by using color balance, hue saturation and curves. The one more important step is here. We also check its luminosity. Add a solid color layers with 50% saturation. 0% saturation and change its blend mode to color. Now the whole image get black and white. Decrease the light of these houses, try to match with background. Then again adjust the colors. Add one more house, and let's try to match the color of this house with background by using the same. And never forget to convert its smart object. Place it by after pressing Ctrl T, do little some masking and give it a luminosity check. I am always giving the similar steps as the previous house. As the light is coming from left, so right portion of the house must be darker than the light one. So use curve to make it darker and dark the right side of house. But here are some light spots. Let's use a clone tool to hide these spots. This looks very bad. Press Alt, right click on mouse and move the mouse to left and right. You can increase or decrease the size of brush very easily. It's so boring to see this. I'm going to increase the speed of video. I done it. Let's move on one more house. Give it a luminosity check, color balance, hue and saturation and curves. Always remember the steps. Try to match the color of house with background. Just after matching the light of house with background, after checking the luminosity. Let's move these two sad guys at the center of poster. Adjust the size after pressing Ctrl T. Convert it into a smart object. Give a luminosity check. Adjust the light. Then try to match color by using color balance, hue saturation and curves. You know that. Then I'll give it a shadow later. Then I add one more guy. He is very sad. Similarly, give it a luminosity check. Give a spot to the back of this guy with PUBG box. PUBG box is also very bright. There are so many layers in Photoshop which are messing, so group them. It will help you to manage all the layers. If you want to do any changes later, so try to match the color box with background. Now time to add some shadow to the box by using black color. The fringes are here and there around the box. Let's hide these fringes by using clone tool. It's too easy to hide these fringes by using clone tool. Then add some darkness at the right of Y and bottom of Y, because the light is coming from left. So the right of Y is darker than left. Let's add some darkness of different opacity. Don't forget to change the opacity of brush after shading at some area. Shade with curves. Let's add this small guy into the poster. He is very sad because the PUBG is banned in India. Let's give him a luminosity check and try to match the color with color balance, hue saturation and curves. It's so simple. It's a very simple technique. So the right of the boy must be darker than the left one because light is coming from left portion. So make it darker than the left one. Add some darkness by using curve. Invert mask. Now add the shadow of box. Let's add some more shadow near the box. Red color is also looks little brighter. Make it darker by adding some blackness to it. Also add some darkness on the blue color. Do not add too much darkness on the top. It's a time to add some flare light. The edges are visible. Change its blend mode to screen. It looks cool. Let's decrease the exposure. Hide the edges by using masking. Yes. And also little bit give a Gaussian blur to make it little bit cooler. It looks cool. Very cool. Now it's a time to decrease the overall exposure just near the right house because it does not look cool. Here are also some little fringes near the house. Just hide the fringes by using clone tool, similarly as we done with the center house. It's so easy to hide these fringes by using clone tool. Now make it dramatic by adding fog behind the houses and in between the houses. It looks cool. Also add some fog behind the center guys. Also add some fog just in front of the small guy so that it looks very real and it gives a depth effect to this poster. Now time to add some highlights. Light is coming from left, so we add some light on the left of the guy. Just do some masking and invert the mask. Then add some light of different opacity. Don't forget to change the opacity of brush. Also add some darkness just right of the object by using curves. It's a very simple technique. Let's do so much masking and paint on the belly of this guy. Decrease the exposure. Invert the mask and paint on the area. It's so simple. Let's do it fast. I think you are getting bored. Okay, it looks cool. So let me add some highlights on this guy by using color balance or hue saturation. You can choose any method to add highlights. I am using different techniques just to show you. Also add some light at the top of box. Do not add light on the right of box. Just give some highlights to the small guy with a similar technique. Just paint on the left of guy. Press X to convert black background with foreground color of white. Just give some highlights to the center house by using hue and saturation. Make the corners of the house little bit more brighter than the center areas so that it looks real. It's a time to add some shadow just near the left house. Just paint on the area with the different opacity. You learn this how to adjust opacity with experience. Now add some noise on the box because it's a night. Do not copy my value. Now let's give it a depth effect by using tilt shift blur gallery. I am currently using this tilt shift on the right house. I also use it vertically so that it looks real. I also use field blur for the top portion of this right house. Let's select field blur and give the blur effect to top portion. Use the similar technique for the center house. Give depth effect. Left house is already blur. Use blur effect for the background also. Now press Ctrl plus Alt plus Shift plus E. Then all the layers get merged and one more image as result will appear on the screen. Let's give a camera raw filter effect. Do not copy my values just as a robot. Just try to learn the technique. It looks cool. I'm sorry I forgot to add some black color at the bottom of poster. Just add some. I add little more. Press Ctrl Z. Add little blackness at the bottom of poster. Now again press Shift plus Alt plus Ctrl plus E and copy the camera raw filter effect to the new layer and just delete the old layer. It's so simple. Now add the name of poster. I am adding a PNG file. Adjust the size. Type Miss You. Adjust the size of Miss You and give it a shadow effect. Write the name of my YouTube channel on the top of poster, Just Graphics. Type the name of hero and heroine on the left and right of the poster and make it in the alignment. Time to add credit. Change its color to white. You can also add shadow here. How's it? Let me know in the comment section. If you like my video, please subscribe my channel. Thank you.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.